FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
Hey, this is Alvin Fraser, and this episode is called How to Make It in the Music Business. So, a little bit about me. I am from Cleveland, Ohio. That's way up north by Lake Erie. Born and raised. I am a musician, singer, songwriter. I also act as well. I also design clothes, all that good stuff like that. And all these things encompasses what falls into place for my survival in the entertainment industry. You're wondering what you're seeing in my background. So basically, I am in my workspace, my recording studio / office. To this side here, you see an acoustic guitar. Like I mentioned before, I am a musician. I play a total of 6 instruments, being the guitar, being the keyboard, being the drums, be the electric bass as well as you see back there, percussion, and I am a singer. So this is where all the magic happens, right here in my recording studio. And I'm actually working today doing some remastering on my current album. First question, what is making it in the entertainment industry? So there can be a lot of different definitions for that. For some, it can be fame, some it can be fortune. For me in particularly, it's being able to make a sustainable living doing what you love. And in order to do that, one of the key components to sustaining a living in the entertainment industry in particular is being very versatile, being able to diversify what it is that you do so that you can have different options to work doing what you love. So the next question is, what are some of the basics to be sustainable? For someone like myself, that some would consider multi-talented, passion is a key component. You have to have passion, you have to have drive to be able to do this. You have to have belief in yourself to do it. Those are 3 key components to being able to make it, because you're just going to need that from time to time. Now, as I mentioned before, some people will consider me to be multi-talented because I do so many different things. And I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. But also another important thing to consider what that is doing these things with excellence. And that requires basically honing your craft and honing your skills. Talent is very important, of course, but it's not just talent. There are a lot of talented people who never do anything, who never go anywhere because they lack drive, they lack passion. And so they think that success is going to fall in their lap. It doesn't work like that. You have to put in the work and put in quality work. That's very important. Do I make music for me or do I make music for my audience? I would say a little of both, but it starts with me. Creating music has to start with you. Now, I do know that there are artists who are aspiring or established artists who make music that's pretty much geared toward a particular audience demographic. And we do have to always consider our audience demographics when we're putting out product. For me in particular, it starts with me. I feel like I don't want to put out anything that I don't feel, that doesn't resonate with me, that doesn't strike a chord with me. And I feel like if it strikes a chord with me, if it resonates with me, then it's going to do the same thing with you. So in my opinion, I create music basically that resonates with me, and in turn I pass that offering over to the audience in hopes that they will enjoy it as well. What made me expand into acting, adding that particular facet to what I do? I've always loved television. As a kid, I couldn't live without it. My mom, if she really wanted to punish me, she would take away my television. That would hurt me more than anything else. So being such a TV kid like I was, growing up watching television, of course film, but eventually getting a chance to check out theater as I got a little older, it was something that I really enjoyed. So I would practice and act at home or try to recreate something I saw in a movie on television at home, sometimes by myself, or I'll pull my little sister in and force her to be a participant. And she eventually learned how to act as well because of that, and learned all these lines from different films because of that. It helped me because being a performer on stage, it does require for those who are really about the performance craft, it does really require a little bit of acting, to make your performances interesting anyway. So I think any experienced performing artist kind of understands that already. And that's the reason why some of them are able to make the transition to go from being on stage as a performer in the music realm and then be able to get into acting. For me, I think I just have a passion for the performing arts as a whole. So songwriting for me is storytelling. So I've always liked to paint pictures and tell stories in my songs. And with those visuals that I see in my mind as I'm writing, it's a scenario. It's a visual scenario. So I think that just transferred over when I became an actor and started to do that. I could transfer those same emotions that I would try to display in my songs into what I was doing physically as an actor. So I think for me, it was a pretty easy transition to get into acting. It was something destined to happen. Here we'll talk about the other careers that are related to the entertainment industry. Of course, the talent is a very vital part because that's the component that brings in the money that keeps this thing running. But the other part of it is the people that you don't see, that are not on stage or that are behind the camera. And that is dealing with managers, that's dealing with agents, that's dealing with attorneys, that's dealing with record labels. That's the way you want to go. The manufacturers of the instruments that we play, or the microphones that we use, or any of the technology and equipment that we use, they are just as essential as we are, because it's like hand in glove. We both need each other to do this thing on a grander scale and to reach more people, the media as well. We need so many different components to make it work. Like everything is like a machine, and we're all different parts of that machine that keeps it going. So we can't understate or neglect to mention and point out the importance of the other components that helps the entertainment industry. And people I have a friend who's an entertainment attorney. He used to be a performer at one time and decided at one point that he wanted to still be connected to the industry, but he chose to study law and become an entertainment attorney in Hollywood. So, there's still ways to be involved with the industry outside of, I can't sing or I can't act or I can't play, all those different things like that. That's fine. But there's still ways that you can still be connected to the industry. It's just discovering your passion and finding your purpose with that, and then leading with whatever that is, and it'll open the doors, and you will be a part of the entertainment industry as well, like I am. So the last question: how important has social media been to me to connect with people who are familiar with me and new people? It's extremely, extremely important. Honestly, I'm not a person who is the most social media savvy guy, but I also realize the importance of learning more about how it works, doing some study into it, because it's a key component. I keep using that word key and component throughout this particular presentation because it's very important. You have to have social media presence if you're going to have any kind of career in the entertainment industry. There's no way around it. If you can't do it, then you have to recruit someone, because I know young people who have the hack, if you will. They know how to get in social media and do some things that I could never imagine and make some things happen. So where my limits are with it, I'm smart enough to know to go to people, especially younger people, because social media is kind of really geared around them more so than it is in my generation. It's quintessential that you get someone involved in your team that is very social media savvy, that can help you to connect to your current fans and future fans, as well as just your actual friends and family also, because people want to keep up with what you're doing. They want to know what's new, what's next. And social media may be the only way to be able to do that, especially reaching a particular demographic. Some people are literally on social media hours at a time a day. They're on social media hours streaming through, going through their timeline to see what's going on. So you want to make sure you got some content that's coming through there. And that's another thing. Keep your content consistent as you possibly can. Keep your content consistent with posts about what you're doing, clips of performances, all those different things. And also, quality of your graphic design is very important too, because for some people, if they look at your posts and your posters or your flyers and they don't necessarily look professional, you can be an amazing artist, but you'll be dismissed because of that particular faux pas. So you want to make sure that also the quality of your output on social media is excellent, or if not excellent, really good. And if you can't do it, employ someone who can, so that because it goes into your branding, that they can make sure that your branding is representative of who you are as an artist, and it will be respected. So this concludes today's episode. Once again, my name is Alvin Fraser. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at I am Alvin Fraser. You can follow me on Facebook at Alvin Fraser as well. And for all things Alvin Fraser, please do not hesitate to visit alvinfrasermusic.com. And when you do, sign up for my email list to find out what will be the latest and greatest in the world of Alvin Fraser. I will be back to answer more questions, so I hope to see you again. Come again, tell a friend. I'll see you then. I'm out.